Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and the absolutely contextless, needlessly vague, I guess I'll say, article that was posted on Daily MTG for the Amonkhet Remastered spoilers has had two more colors added, so I figured we'd take a look at that. I guess tomorrow we'll see the remaining colorless, mixed color, and I should be able to spot which one's missing. Red, obviously, that should not have taken that long. I just love how they're just like, no words, nothing here, just zero context. It's just pictures in your face. Okay, cool. I hope you're paying attention and know that these are for Arena and for Historic, because otherwise, I mean, it doesn't say it's not in paper. I mean, just saying. So let's start with blue, because As Foretold is totally my jam. I know it's free casting, but it's about as fair as free casting gets. I initially didn't like it because you can just free counterspell somebody on their turn. But if they didn't remove this for like that many turns, and you still have to have cards in your hand, I mean, this isn't like some creature you put into play that can repeatedly screw with spells. I wonder what I'm referring to. It takes turns. It doesn't take mana. It doesn't store mana. It doesn't, untap your existing lands. It doesn't double the mana of your lands. It takes turns to charge this up. Now that said, it doesn't actually use charge counters. It uses time counters. So let me explain this. You drop it in for 3, and then at the beginning of your upkeep, put a time counter on As Foretold, and then once each turn, as in your turn and their turn, you may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for a spell you cast, where its converted mana cost is X or less, where X is the number of time counters in As Foretold. So if it has 4 time counters on it because it's been, let's be honest, 5 turns, because you don't get one when you drop it in, then you can cast a 4-cost spell or less for free. Now that said, if the spell says, in addition to the mana cost, you also need to do this, then you still need to do that. It only reduces the casting cost to 0. So it takes quite a while for this to become good, and if you're just going to sit there and, sit on a counterspell with no lands open, 1, you could have sat on the counterspell with lands open, and then 2, you still have to have the counterspell in your hand, and you have to have a way to reload your hand. So to get this going with draw and counterspell heavy and then something else like a win con, and then actually get this in the first place and then not lose while it charges up, it's just a nice, fun, interesting card to drop in. It's not very broken. Now that said, I think it was above $5, so people were kind of, they were feeling it with this card, but it never did anything too bad that I saw. I'm not saying it's impossible. I mean, this is Historic we're talking about, but I absolutely loved that card. So let's see what else we got. I mean, we got Censor, one of the most useless cards I've ever seen in my life. They have 1 mana, trust me. I am telling you, they have 1 more mana. The cartouches are kind of cool. I mean, they work with that other card. Nobody really did that, except in, I guess, if you can get it going in a draft, but good luck. There really wasn't much in blue in this whole set. I mean, Drakehaven was kind of neat. I mean, it is whenever you cycle or discard. You can do those a lot easier now than you could last time it was legal. So, I mean, we might see a little something there. I mean, 2/2 flyers, that's a thing. I'm actually surprised that they put Essence Scatter in here, because Historic already had that, so why'd they bother? I mean, I thought, horribly overprinted, redundant, bulk filler was not going to be in here, or just straight up cards that are already in Historic weren't going to be in here, because they only had so much room. It's unusual. It almost suggests, because this is such a draft staple, that they're going to let people draft with this Amonkhet Remastered pack thing. I don't remember if they've confirmed that either way, but I highly suspect it. Afflict is back. That was kind of cool. What else? Let's see. I mean, we got Jace, Rattler of Secrets with some way cooler looking art, although that, let alone, doesn't look like a human. It looks like a cat face. That doesn't look like Jace. I don't know what the hell's going on there. I mean, then again, we haven't seen the full res version, but still, the lighting's all wrong. I mean, Wizards could have screwed it up, but damn. Kefnet's back. That's always fun. Speaking of that, Lay Claim is back. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is the weak version of the other one, with also a giant set of fingers that also reaches out and grabs something, which hopefully they put in there. I believe it's, what is it, Kefnet's Grasp? Or something like that? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, this one's, you just drop it in for 7 and you take it. I mean, all right. And cycling too, so you can actually afford to put it in your deck. There's Pact of Negation. Fun. That's great. Pull from Tomorrow. That's just absolute ass cancer, obviously. Let's see. That was the reload your hand thing. We've got Slitherblade, but now with 100% less typo on it, because they didn't even put the flavor text on it. Strategic Planning still has that idiotic artwork. What else? Let's see. Supreme Will. That was an interesting card. People kind of hated that. Because it's counter target spell unless its controller pays 3, which is kind of garbage for a 3-cost counter spell, but it isn't double blue. And then you could also just look at the top 4 cards of your library and put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom. So people just use this to go fetch some degenerate combo in a stall deck. And that's why people wanted this card gone, because it was just an enabler. There's nothing really inherently wrong with that card. Then we got Vizier. I mean, that was kind of a fun one. It enters as a copy of anything on the battlefield, so that's kind of cool. It also has Embalm, so you get a little second shot at that. I like that. Yeah, I don't see Kefnet's grabby hands. That's a shame. Yeah, in alphabetical order, it would have been right here. It's actually called Kefnet's last word. And, oh, I was wrong. It costs 4. I thought it cost 3. Gain control of target, artifact, creature, enchantment. Lands you control don't untap during the next untap step, so you better really want that. That's one of the fair ways to steal something permanently. Lay claim, I mean, if you destroy it, it's gone. That's it. Oh, and apparently the Kefnet's artwork for last word, he's reaching out for a high five, not grabbing something. Although it's arguable. So I have a terrible memory is what I'm saying. Oh, and Nimble Obstructionist is really annoying too. So let's go on to, let's see, what was the other one they added? White. No. What was it? Black? It was white-green, right? So let's go on to the other color they added. Black, of course. We got, oh, Baleful Ament. That was a fun one. We got all that -1 crap, so that's kind of cool. What else we got? Oh, Bantu's Last Reckoning. Destroy all creatures for 3. I mean, your lands don't untap. These last cards were, like, devastating for both of you. Like, you better really be careful with them. I didn't love this one. I mean, anything really indestructible, I'm not going to like it right off the bat when it costs, 3 mana. Cruel Reality was annoying. I mean, it was pretty good. It's just Scarab cards were better. There was a couple Drain Away cards that, didn't cost 7. It was really hard to get that high, I should say. Not today, though. Not in Historic. Dispossess. People wanted this thing gone, but the people who wanted it gone were the ones playing the stupid net deck. Let me just throw that out there. This was the cure right here. What else? Let's see. Dread Wanderer was kind of annoying. What else we got? Oh, Liliana Death's Majesty, because we needed another Liliana. That's great. Awesome. Never to Return. That's a good card. I don't remember what it does. I just remember it's a good card. I think it's like destroy something and then like do a zombie thing with a graveyard. What else? I'm not seeing, oh, it's Torment. It's T. Okay, well, there's Thoughtseize for you. Torment of Hailfire. That's one of my all-time favorite. Top 10 easy. And believe it or not, I think in the last month I've named like 6 of them. So, yeah, this is a damn good card. It's amazing. I mean, it's so annoying to play against, and it's so devastating to play with. But, like, if they had that much mana, you were probably going to lose anyway. It's a somewhat fair card. I don't know. I thought there was Torment of Scarabs was the name of the card. Yes, it was. That means it's not in here. Oh my gosh. Torment of Scarabs is a 4-cost aura. You attach it to a player, and at the beginning of that player's upkeep, they either lose 3 life, or they sack a non-land permanent, or discard a card. It was so annoying, and it was an aura curse. So all we've got is Trespasser's Curse, which is garbage. I cannot believe that they got rid of Torment of Scarabs, and they left like 10 other just broken-ass cancer cards in this. That actually pisses me off. I think every black deck I built back then had Torment of Scarabs in it. That really, really pisses me off. Unbelievable. I don't care about the rest of these. So, yeah, that's nice. They left out one of my favorites, but they included, I think, 2 or 3 others as my favorites. Whatever. So, I don't know. Not much to say about these 2 colors. They weren't honestly that interesting, but it just goes to show, like, cards that were considered really, really good back then, or at least very, very solid and playable, are like garbage by today's standards. And then you got stuff that was considered fair right here, but might be considered horribly OP in the current Historic because it's based on Standard, and Standard power level went bonkers. So I don't know what to think of a lot of this. I mean, I'd like to say, oh, I love that card. It's so great. What a benefit for the format. And then like a month later, people are like, we need this banned. Like, who knows? It's a completely different environment. So, I mean, as much as I'm like, oh, I'm excited to play with this, I'm not going to play Historic. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to touch that crap after they release, garbage like Thoughtseize. Are you kidding me? And Approach of the Second Sun, they couldn't have left that one out. It was the #1 card people wanted banned. That and Chain Whirler, which is, I guess, technically not in the set, but still. Or was it? I don't remember. Whatever. I just remember after the release of Hour of Devastation, those were the 2 cards people wanted gone. That and the Scarab God. 3 cards. And there was probably some Planeswalkers too, now that I recall. So yeah, it was pretty bad back then, but it's way worse now. I mean, just look back, like, people are like, ooh, cartouches are really powerful. Really? Not by today's standards, not if you threw in the Standard right now. So it's really interesting to see how bad things have gotten in the last, 2 years. So thanks for watching. Watch for more spoilers tomorrow. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Don't forget to go steal some ducks from your local park.